Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a trio of Jamestown natives are charged following a fight outside Bullfrog. We'll have the details.
Plus, students from BOCES's criminal justice program are taking part in simulated obstacles. Today, we take you there next. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, busy as always, tracking some rain across the area. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and it's definitely been another wet morning out there as we have a stalled front that's just stalled right across western New York. Here it is on First Defense Doppler on a 5-hour time lapse. You can see we've had a few rain showers coming through and expect more of this as we go throughout the early afternoon. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does maintain this less than average marginal risk across the entire southern tier. That's a level 1 out of 5. However, I don't really expect this to be a big deal, much like how yesterday, I don't expect this to be a big deal if we see any severe activity. It's mainly going to be a gusty wind threat. 73 over 52 this morning, and look at the record for today, 88, set all the way back in 1991. That's going to be safe for another year. So the forecast for the remainder of the afternoon, scattered showers, chance for a few thunderstorms, especially early this afternoon. There may be a chance we'll see some partial clearing later in the day, but it will be cooler. High temp range 57, immediate Lake Erie shoreline 69, while inland with a northwest breeze averaging around 5 to 10. We'll time out the rain chances through the middle of the week, plus cooler temperatures next week. We'll talk about it with that Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-day later in the show. Justin and Matt.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Our top story, 3 people were arrested following a reported fight Tuesday morning in the parking lot of the Bullfrog on East 2nd Street. Jamestown police say that a vehicle left the Bullfrog traveling westbound on East 2nd. After the vehicle was stopped by police, they identified the passengers as 25-year-old Tamika Elson, 34-year-old Demizian Elson, and a 18-year-old female, all of whom were from Jamestown. The victims of the reported fight reportedly identified those passengers. Police additionally say that Tamika Elson allegedly possessed a small quantity of crack cocaine while she was in the back seat of a police patrol car. Tamika Elson is charged with third-degree criminal mischief as she allegedly broke the victim's glasses in that fight. Elson is additionally charged with 2 counts of assault and criminal possession of a controlled substance. Now, Desmond Elson and the 18-year-old are both charged with third-degree assault in the case. All 3 are awaiting arraignment in Jamestown City Jail right now.
A 14-year-old boy suffered minor injuries after falling from an embankment into a creek bed near Howard Street in the village of Silver Creek last night. Chautauqua County Dispatch tells us that crews were called to a report of a child falling 20 feet from a bridge into a creek just before 5:16 p.m. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says that the 14-year-old was taken to Lakeshore Hospital with minor injuries. Silver Creek and Sunset Bay Fire Departments, along with the county's EMS, responded to the scene.
And New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo says he's not optimistic that legislation allowing the terminally ill to request life-ending medication from a physician will be passed before state lawmakers adjourn this year. The Democrat weighed in on the legislation during an interview on WAMC and WNYC radio Tuesday. He said that while he supports the bill, he doesn't think it can pass in the Senate and Assembly this session. Lawmakers are scheduled to complete this year's session next month, and no vote on the bill has been scheduled yet. The bill would require 2 physicians to sign off on the use of life-ending medication. Now, Cuomo announced earlier in the session that he supported the proposal. 8 states and Washington, D.C. already allow people to seek doctors' help in ending their lives.
Students from the Erie to BOCES's criminal justice program took part in a simulated obstacle course this morning at the fire training grounds on Harrison Street here in the city of Jamestown. We spoke with Casadega Valley senior Ty Pattison. He says the course is pretty tough.
Running through it, it's high intensity, blood's flowing, and people are chanting you on. You know, that's what really counts, you know, having people behind you and pushing you to the limits.
Now, officials say that the event has been held for the past 5 years. They say the event fills a lack of police internship opportunities here in the area.
Yeah, certainly looks tough there. I mean, we know that just specifically here in Jamestown, the SWAT team is very well trained, not just physically but mentally as well, because I know they were also doing police bike patrol demonstration, as we see some of that video here. So a great event, and Matt, you were there this morning, kind of covering that. Certainly. They're learning a lot of valuable skills, aren't they?
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things, Justin, and you were there too, so maybe you'll agree, but I think one of the biggest things I took away from it was just how everybody came together and like cheered.
And they're very supportive. Yeah.
And really, I don't want to compare law enforcement to like war times, but they kind of operate in the same way. You have to work together.
No, and I think that's a fair assumption and fair comparison, because they very much have that family mentality, the part of the pact, where it's such a tough job that they help each other.
Absolutely.
And they pick up each other and they highlight each other's strengths and support each other's weaknesses. So it's great work there by Jamestown Police and other law enforcement agencies, the Sheriff's Office, and the BOCES program, and the number of schools that are a part of that, really doing an awesome job. So it's a pleasure for them to allow us to highlight that today on our program. So let's check in with the comments. Say hello to Cindy. She agrees that is an awesome program for kids. Hello to Thomas. Hello to Rory joining us. David, good afternoon to you. I agree. It was raining, and it needs to stop.
Come on,
we got to get outside. Hello to
doing?
Brenda, Renee, Lori, Cindy, Robin, and Tabitha all joining us as well. Chuck, hello to you. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have a lot more local news to tell you about. Coming up, what our Pizza Hut is doing to go back in time. Just in time for lunch, really.
Oh, Justin, you had to. But first, a health center is scheduled to open here in the city of Jamestown. Dakota.
It's like what my dad always says, there's always room for pizza. Let's take a look at the Sky Vision camera network. We'll go live from on top of the DoubleTree Hotel downtown. The clouds really socked in, and more rain to go through. News Now at noon continues in a minute, so don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
This year's Frewsburg Gala Days is bigger than ever. It's Old Home Week, June 12th through the 15th. Catch musical performances by Hot Mess Friday at 8, Smokin' 45 Saturday at 8. All the food, fun, and friends will be at Frewsburg Fire Company's annual Gala Days.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Happening now, a new behavioral health and substance abuse center is set to open here in the city of Jamestown. Officials with the Chautauqua Center tells us that their new site on Institute Street is nearing the end of construction. The new 77,000 square foot facility has 42 medical rooms, 12 dental rooms, 13 behavioral health rooms, and a pharmacy. In addition to behavioral health and substance abuse services, the center will also offer women's health, family planning, care coordination, group counseling, medical translation services, and nutrition education. The new location is scheduled to open on June 17th. And for more, please visit our website at WNYNewsNow.com. And don't forget to download our mobile app.
Well, before soaking up the rays this summer, maybe you should take a moment to see how you are protecting your skin. There's more to be worried about than just that painful sunburn. Meredith Wood explains in today's Health Minute.
Skin cancer. It's the most common cancer in the United States. But how much do you really know about this disease? There are 3 common types of skin cancer. The most common are basal cell and squamous cell sarcomas. They form in the top layers of your skin and are considered highly curable. The third type, melanoma, is more dangerous. It forms deeper in the cells that give your skin its color. It is responsible for the most deaths out of the 3 types. Overexposure to the sun's ultraviolet rays, UVA and UVB, are generally what cause these types of cancers. UVA rays can reach deep into your skin, causing sunburns and damaging your connective tissue and the skin's DNA. Some genetic factors, such as being fair-skinned or having a weak immune system, can put people at greater risk for non-melanoma skin cancer. Help yourself by limiting your exposure to the sun, especially when the sun is at its strongest. The Environmental Protection Agency and the National Weather Service teamed up to release a daily UV index, so you know when to limit your time outside. Also, make sure to visit the dermatologist regularly. They can keep track of your skin and mold changes and test any areas of your skin that concern you. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
All right, Meredith, some great information there for us. Thank you.
Well, Pizza Hut is giving its iconic original pan pizza a makeover. The restaurant chain announced yesterday that it's remaking the original pan pizza recipe for the first time in 40 years. The new pizza seen here includes a new cheese blend and sauce, and it will also be baked in what Pizza Hut calls a, quote, newly engineered pan, so it can have a crispier crust. The move comes as Pizza Hut battles with rivals Domino's and Papa John's for customers. Just last year, Domino's had more sales than Pizza Hut for the first time ever. The new pan pizza is one of several recent initiatives by Pizza Hut. They include, Justin, expanding its beer delivery program by 1,000 locations by this summer and developing insulated pouches to keep those delivery pizzas hotter.
Interesting. I guess it's not an original pan pizza anymore if they're redoing the original.
Look, pizza is pizza, and I mean, that's making me hungry either way, but it does, it looks very good.
It does,
Absolutely.
Most definitely. So, what else is very
What's
good?
that?
Tim Hortons Camp Day. It's returning next week on June 5th. All proceeds from coffee purchased at the restaurants will help kids from disadvantaged backgrounds. Now, specifically, that money goes towards Tim Hortons Foundation camps. There are several of them in North America that run summer and year-round school programs. So now through June 5th, patrons can donate $2 and receive a red, blue, green, or orange Camp Day bracelet while they last. Pretty cool.
Well, and if I remember, Justin, dating back to last year, I remember, I think locally there was a lot of law enforcement that... I believe...
And officials that I know, D.A. Swanson.
Yeah, D.A. Swanson,
stuff.
I remember,
And a lot of politicians will go and kind of volunteer, sort of get their time as Tim Hortons people. I wonder if they make that $14 an hour when they're doing that. Probably not. But no, that's pretty cool. And it's good to see too that people support that kind of camp activity for students and kids who maybe don't get a chance to do that, especially even from urban areas. They kind of get out and get to enjoy that. And I mean, really, $2? That's like the price of another coffee. So that's pretty affordable too to help the cause.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Tim Hortons, the other day, have you ever been part of those like pass it along chains at a drive-thru?
I have.
I think it's so amazing. The other day, and like the beautiful part about it is, for the most part, it keeps it going.
Yeah.
It's like the guy in front of you buys you your coffee, and then you buy the coffee for someone behind you because you're already going to buy a coffee or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So the only thing I guess is if it was like a big order.
I know.
That'd be like the kind of the crux of it. Like if we did a newsroom order.
Oh my gosh. That's the end of the chain.
Yeah. Dakota Hunter, he likes those Oreo.
Yeah, the Oreo ice caps. Yeah.
He likes to have multiple Oreo ice caps.
No wonder why it's always cold around here.
Hello everyone. David says you keep cutting out. Why don't you try to refresh the Facebook or head on over to the mobile app? That'd give you a much better viewing experience as well. Because sometimes Facebook's kind of funky depending on where you are. Joe, you're a big fan of anchovies with the pizza. Not me, sir. I have to disagree. Hello to Bush. Hello to Amy. Hello to Andrew. Amber, Kim, all joining us. Hopefully you are having a good day out there. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with a look at our First Defense weather forecast.
And later on, a new program to introduce students to science, technology, engineering, and math skills has been released. Details coming up as News Now continues.
Coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs, no matter the season. Brotherhood Property Maintenance does it all, from professional plowing during the winter months to expert landscaping all summer long. Count on Brotherhood Property Maintenance for mowing, landscaping, tree work, spring and fall cleanup, plus snow removal. Serving both commercial and residential lots, check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us right now to book an appointment.
Extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story, a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Anchovies? No. Pineapples? No. Olives? No. Why ruin a pizza? Let's take a look at the Lake Erie water levels, and the current water level as it stands right now is 574.61 feet. That is almost half a foot above the average to where we should be. The lake should be at 574.14 feet, and already we've broken records on Lake Erie for the level, the lake water. And again, this isn't just a Lake Erie problem. Many of the Great Lakes are actually running above average this spring. News Now, Cam, the clouds really socked in, but so far, we're dry out there at the moment. Right now, it's 58 at the airport with a north wind of 8. That's why it's colder. Northwest with a north wind brings in that colder air from Canada. Plus, we have a stalled front across the region, and the dew point's at 56. So again, we have a stalled front that's right across the area. So that is producing the rain that is across the area. So here's what you're going to find through this afternoon as we go zone by zone. Again, with a wind, with a north wind component that's going to keep the immediate Lake Erie shoreline cooler here. Maybe Dunkirk may only top at 58 degrees. A few scattered rain and a few scattered rain showers through the afternoon. Eastward we go. You can see here temperatures should at least rise into the mid to upper 60s here, maybe Warren at 69 degrees with a few rain showers to go through this afternoon. All right, let's show you First Defense Doppler and let's show you what's going on here. Again, here's the rain that is coming through the southern tier, but so far we're dry in downtown Jamestown at the moment, but all this rain is kind of moving to the northeast, so this is all going to be impacting pretty much everybody in the southern tier. As we go down to northwest PA, the southern part of Erie County down near Edinburgh, getting a little bit of rain that's all moving to the east-northeast, and again, we will see these on again, off again type of rain showers through the afternoon. And as we widen out the view, there's a stalled front right in here that's just not moving. It's lumbering, and we have several waves of low pressure that's coming our way, and that is producing the rain that we've had over the past couple of days. So we'll show you a future scan here. You can see the model picks up on the rain. It actually hightails out, and there's a chance, again, we may see some peaks of sun later this afternoon by about 5 or 6 o'clock. Possibly. Few showers tonight, otherwise mostly cloudy. Tomorrow looks like it's going to start dry. And then here we go. More rain showers coming in as another wave of low pressure comes in. Again, maybe a chance for a few scattered thunderstorms later in the afternoon tomorrow. But again, nothing of a big deal here. But again, it's just going to remain wet. And talking about temperatures, yeah, as we go into June, it doesn't look like we're going to warm up a whole lot. NOAA has us at a 65% chance for below average temperatures going at least to the first week of June. So hour by hour we go. For you, into the 60s we go, and here we go into the future. You can see 69 tomorrow, again, chance for a few scattered thunderstorms. Friday's your pick day, 65 and mostly sunny. And much colder air arrives for the second half of the weekend, going into early next week as high pressure builds back in. News Now at noon continues in a minute with sports, so don't go away.
Invest in your business or cause by letting the marketing gurus at WNY News Now and WNY Media Company grow your business.
Purchase an ad much like the one you are watching now on WNY News Now's daily show, News Now at Noon, WNYNewsNow.com, or our brand new mobile app.
And then get feedback from our marketing experts and fans alike.
And finally, watch your business grow.
As an added bonus, community partners messages will run not only on our scheduled programming, but on weather alerts and breaking news as well.
Plus, messages are shared on WNY Sports Now programming. Anything from a live local basketball game to the Phone Zone Sports Desk.
Become part of our family today.
And contact us right now.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. On Tuesday, the Maple Grove Red Dragons varsity baseball team hosted the Portville Panthers in a Section 6 Class C quarterfinal playoff baseball game. With Maple Grove posting a 3-0 win over Portville, they will take on the Frewsburg Bears in the Section 6 Class C semifinals. Frewsburg advanced by defeating the merged Silver Creek Forestville team 3-2 in 9 innings. That game was also played on Tuesday. The final two teams in Section 6 Class C action will play in the championship game, which will take place on June 1st. With a 10-10 first pitch tonight on the East Coast, the New York Mets will take on the LA Dodgers on the road in Game 3 of a 4-game road series. With a third of their season played, New York is in third in the NL East with a record of 27-27. Meanwhile, with a 36-19 record, the Dodgers are in first place in the NL West. Noah Syndergaard will be on the starting mound for the Mets, and the starting pitcher for LA will be Walker Buehler. Tonight's game will be televised on Sportsnet New York and can be viewed on the MLB At Bat app. With tonight, with an 8 o'clock puck drop, the Boston Bruins will be hosting the St. Louis Blues in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The Bruins are up 1-0 in the series after posting a 4-2 win in Game 1 at Boston on Monday. Meanwhile, St. Louis looks to tie the series with a win tonight, as they will host Games 3 and 4. Tonight's game of this 1970 Stanley Cup rematch will be televised on NBC Sports and can be viewed on their app and the NHL app. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm. Thank you as always. A new program to introduce students to science, technology, engineering, and math skills aka STEM, has been released. Cornell Cooperative Extension, Chautauqua County's 4-H program, announced today that a new STEM program dubbed STORY, which involves science, technology, and opportunities for rural youth, will debut on Saturday. Now, already Sherman Central School 6th grade students have been working to learn, solve, and come up with a presentation on biosecurity. The students have been meeting on a weekly basis for the last 2 months to work on and help solve the spread of disease-carrying mosquitoes. The STORY program is a regional program funded by a grant from the Ralph Wilson Jr. Foundation, and officials, Justin, with the 4-H program will be hosting a presentation at 11 a.m. at the Frank W. Bratt Agricultural Center that's on Turner Road this Saturday, and the public is welcome and encouraged to attend.
You know, the STEM program is so cool because it's so versatile, just as they have here, where they're including more of the 4-H kids, and that, you know, such a great program that really, you know, keeps everybody in rural communities, on farms and things like that, engaged in the community, and now they're branching their skills to science, technology, engineering, and math.
And it's funny we talk about that, Justin, because one person that has really pounded on the trade industry and everything in the rural communities is County Executive and State Senate candidate George Borrello.
Yeah.
He's talked about this for the last few years now, is the trade industry.
Right.
And one way to grow that is the STEM program.
Right. And the thing that surprises, I think, a lot of people is that, you know, we're told by these manufacturers and by officials like Borrello that there are open jobs right now that need to be filled with someone. And it's not that dark and dreary type manufacturing that you would assume. You know, these people are educated. They have degrees, and a lot of the time you can get the skills you need right here, say at Jamestown Community College, and then go to work in the community. And it's really amazing to see kind of what they built, and that they're continuing to build that, and that just like the story we had at the beginning of the show about the SWAT training here for BOCES students, it's incredible how young they're connected with. And it's just great to see. So please keep it up, as always.
Absolutely.
Well, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us now with a final look at our weather forecasts. And Dakota, I know our control room has been talking about this camera for a while.
Yes.
You showed this at the beginning of the show.
Yes. And now we've got the rain coming in. Yep.
2 minutes later, it looks totally different. It is dripping wet out there.
Yep.
That's certainly kind of the story for today.
Well, actually, that's been the story throughout the spring. Again, we've had a very wet and active spring, but hey, at least we get it done and over with, so hopefully summer won't be a total wash. But the NOAA Climate Prediction Center believes that we will see below average temperatures through the first week of June, and you'll see that here as the 7-day comes up, brought to you by Brotherhood Property Maintenance. And early next week, high pressure builds in, so that clears us out. But look at that. We should be into the lower 70s as an average high this time of the year. We're not going to be anywhere near that early next week, down into the lower to mid 60s.
All right.
I love Dakota's trade. He's got the trade industry of weather.
You do. Love it. You have it, and you have it trademarked.
Weather.
Don't copy Dakota. Yeah. You'll get a lawsuit.
Well, actually, weather is a part of STEM because it's science. And it's
a lot of math,
and it's mathematics,
too, right? I mean, you guys have a lot of equations and things like that.
Differential equations.
Now, granted, today it's a little probably easier with the computers because they're able to.
The models do a lot of the work. But,
he misses the tablet, the stone tablet.
But what happens? But what happens when you put too much trust into the models? Think about that for a second. Yeah. Speaking about the stone tablets, how we used to do weather back in the old days, we used to use these whiteboards and this alcohol stuff and used to write it on a board. There was a guy who used to stand behind the board and write it backwards, so that way it appeared normal when you watched it on television.
Wow. Some weather history there.
We've come so far, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. It's incredible. But yet, it's still holding together by a feather and some duct tape. All right, Dakota, thanks.
You don't know that half of it.
That's it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. And don't forget to check us out on our brand new mobile app. You can download it right now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Have a great day.